And you?
Mine was, it was 3 days after we're live now, but we'll roll the show
Okay.
out in a minute. But it was 3 days after the full moon.
Mm-hmm.
And so it would have been the 20th, 2 days after, this energy came in. Morgan got it first. She went for a walk. I knew something was up. A friend of mine sent me a message. You know how these things all happen synchronistically.
Yeah.
So I called her on the phone and she says, I feel like something's, what did she say? There's some kind of tension. I'm like, really? I feel great, you know? And then, but I knew something was going on because Morgan had taken off for a walk, and that's what we usually do, either one of us. So then the next morning I got up and, man, I walked barefooted about a half mile up the road to this park. And I just sat there and I had this weird sensation all throughout my body, like all my cells, they just felt like they were just like I was splintered in 1,000 pieces. And I started saying, then Morgan came. Morgan spent the whole day holding space, working with me. And I just kept saying, please don't hurt me. Please go away. Please don't hurt me. And it was having these, whatever it was, memory of 2 years old, maybe molestation. I don't know. It was really, really intense though.
Yeah.
But I think that was, I think that was something that everybody was feeling in however way that was happening to them.
Yeah,
Let me go.
we all need to revisit that part of ourselves that's still transforming.
Yeah.
For me, it was just understanding deeper sense of fear that's still within me and still playing part of manifestation. Yeah.
Yeah. Fear seems to be on the table right now. I just did a show.
Of course.
Yeah, I did a show just a couple hours ago with Franco DiCarlo, and very, very connected. I mean, wow. I mean, I can't even, I would highly recommend anyone to watch that show. He has a wealth of information. We spent an hour and a half together. And, I asked him, because he really has excellent intel, and he's been on this path consciously since he was in the womb, basically. And you can listen to him, you can tell there's no exaggeration or anything like that. But so anyway, I was saying, I've been getting this feeling that we don't have to do anything, but that we can't step into this higher dimension unless it's all or nothing. So everything has to be let go of, everything that's material and everything that's immaterial. I mean, just all aspects of it. And it really got down to fear. And then Morgan and I just went and kind of, do what we do, kind of had a session, talk things over. And that's what we're getting. We're getting that fear is the attachment, or what attaches you to what Franco calls the inverted 3D. That there's a regular 3D, that the ego is actually an implant that attaches us to that inverted 3D. So I'm coming out of this little session with Morgan. She went down to the park. I'm going to do the show. And my feeling is that to be conscious of my fear at all times. Like, we're conscious, we're embodying things. So this seems to be where I'm landed. It's to just be conscious with anything that comes up. So if I feel the fear, just to basically say that it's obsolete now and it's no longer part of my operating system. And I'm stealing Franco's words. Those aren't my words. So that made a lot of sense to me, because you respect it, you honor it, you love it. It got you here. It's no longer part of the operating system. So
I mean, it is what the ego likes to cling on: fear and all comforts. And with this new energy that's coming in, it's an intertwined energy between galaxies and star systems, and all of this energy is coming in to bring everything up, and for us to re-look at it with new eyes and new attitude, and like you said, to be mindful, to continue to remind ourselves that, hey, we don't need to associate or co-create with that anymore.
Yeah. And it's that conscious. Well, and if you think about it, if you what was the word be? Well, delete, remove the obsolete program of fear, that's actually going to be the one thing that would cover all attachment to the 3D. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We cover
it is.
all attachment. And so that's where I'm going. Hello,
Yeah.
Annie Simo, Tio Guadalupe, Don Nelson, Connie Ma, Karen Riley, Amanda Christine, Heather Nielsen, Lara West, Amy Brown, Marianne Salvino,
Ah.
Char Domke, Rose Roa, Sarah Adams, Pickett Holden. Let's see. Kailash Sharma. And okay, I think I got everybody. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for your continued love and support contributions. We are 100% viewer supported, and we're working on developing other streams of abundance. But this is how we got here, and we want to thank you for that. And thank you for sharing our program, because that's how we stay above the algorithms at Facebook, which we love and honor and respect and hold in the highest reverence. We have Nalinee back with us today, Diosara, and this is the second. It's an honor to have her here, and she's got 4 incredible paintings to share and a lot of intel with it, I'm sure. Where are you at? We've already kind of started the conversation, but where are you at?
Very similar to where you at. I think we're riding the same waves, but kind of swimming it in our own unique style. Yeah. Yeah. It is what it is, you know. I mean, we're receiving these downloads that it's really affecting the mental, emotional, and physical body. And I've been feeling a lot of, this is not my word either. I communicate with very few people who I resonate with, and that we in sync all the time, and we exchange information, recalibration of body parts. I definitely feel that there's a lot of realignment within the eyes, within the heart. And this is coming in for heart expansion, for us to really feel that flow of love, that flow of forgiveness, that flow of compassion, that is no longer just a mental affirmation, but is within the heart. And what you said with work, unplugging fears, that is in the point. That's what we all here to unplug. That attachment to anger, attachment to resentment, attachment to victimhood, to fear of judgment, and becoming more mindful of what energy that we still holding on to, that's still playing in manifesting the realities. I had to revisit my depression state. I had to revisit and realize that there's still deep fears of being judged, fears of being rejected within me that attract certain situation for me to, whoa, okay, it's me as well. It's a experience.
Yeah, I'm getting the same thing, you know. As I was coming out of this, and I was thinking to myself, okay, what's holding you back right now? That's kind of what I've heard, you know. What's holding you back? And I started to think about my work, my role at Soulogy, my part of it. You know, there's others involved, and I started to say to myself, okay, why are you holding back? And I said, like, I'm afraid. And I just surrendered to it. And I said, okay, I'm not going to be afraid anymore. I'm ready to get to work. It's time to kick it up a notch, you know? So I don't know. I think we're onto something. I think this whole removal of the fear thing is, I mean, what else is there after that? I mean,
it's empowering ourselves, isn't it? Is, again, we talked about the shifting within authority and the sense of righteousness, the masculine energy within us, and that is giving us permission to be free, to be free from control systems, to be free of the fear, to be free to go beyond current labels, and perhaps there's no need to redefine or be understood by the mind, but energy that we're swimming through now is going to be much within the heart. Because every time I try to analyze with the mind, it just goes, it's getting nowhere. It's the feel within the heart.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's right. It's a feeling too, isn't it?
It is.
I asked this kid Dane Jones, who lives down in Florida. He was making videos. I was down in Sedona. And like, hey, let's do a show together. So this kid gets up every morning and he goes and finds a coconut tree, gets a coconut, and this is how he does it, right? And so I said to him, I said, yeah, you know, it's nice talking to a young person, like 22, 23 years old. And I said, so what does 5D look like to you? And he said, dude, it doesn't. I said, what? He says, dude, it feels like he said, it's a feeling. It's not what it looks like. I'm like, wow. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. 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 It is, because the mind will take its time to catch up. And with this realignment of co-creating of body parts, we feel it. I feel that I'm perceiving more with left eye. And with me allowing the left eye glasses, the left eye to perceive more, my heart feels and my heart intertwine within the process of perceiving the world. And then the mind follows when it needs.
Yeah.
It's about letting go of fear is one level, but still perceiving the world through fears and judgment and prejudice is another level as well. That we are, no longer just talk about compassion, unity, but we're really allowing ourselves to peel off prejudice and judgment and just to see everything as they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's another thing too. And I think this has been going on. It's what you're talking about. So it's actually being in situations where you hold the space of love and compassion and deal with whatever's coming at you, projection, shadows, or whatever it may be, knowing that it's a gift for you. And I think part of that has been, our routine has been, okay, what is it that I'm not seeing in myself? And that's applicable, but also I can hold this space. I can do that. I can hold this space and be what we're becoming, because it just makes it get bigger and bigger.
Yeah. And learning, just going within, and when we become aware of fears and anything that we are still transforming, we're learning now to look at them through the eyes of motherhood, fatherhood, the eyes of forgiveness, beyond that judgment of, this is wrong, this is right, this is bad, this is not good enough. That kind of mindset is just, we know that it's no longer serve, and we just now walking the talk and really anchoring the practice into our action and choices. And so it's really a beautiful timing.
Yeah. And it's a little bit taxing on the human aspect.
It is. Well, we're here to live the human life fulfillingly, and the key is be in each moment. And it's easy to say because our life is filled with distractions. But being in the moment anchors gratitude, and it removes us from worries and concern, what will happen next, the desire of the mind to cling on making sense. We're learning to let that go and just accept everything at each footstep and each breath. And being in a now moment assists us also to align ourselves with the neutral point, or the zero ground, or the center, where we can rewrite and scribe our reality in every new breath, in every new day. And that is the power of Creator within us that is beaming through.
Yes. Silver Lambert says, expanding the artist's palette. I like that.
Yeah.
And that's the kicker too. And even talking with Franco today, I said, so, once that part is, we're processing that part or establishing that part, living without that fear programming, what happens to the creativity? This is where it gets exciting, where we can actually make stuff in physical matter stemming from our, etheric, energetic actions and decisions and such. Yeah, this is going to get real exciting now.
Yeah, and the inner child is going to be so happy and live in excitement and coming in full power, and even more as we're flowing along this year and the next. You remind me to go outside my comfort zone as well when it comes to projects and services. There's still a lot of branches that I have ideas to grow, but I'm just haven't quite acted on it yet.
It's an interesting mix. I mean, I've been doing this for quite some time, and I've really had to in my own right, not even the other people involved, like even with Morgan. I mean, it's just, I have to hold this space And I've had this whole evolution of just say being able to do this, being able to have I didn't have a home until February. I mean, this has been going on a long time. So that lack, which again is a fear, am I going to be able to keep doing this? Do I have to get a job? And all those things that we've all gone through. And I can feel it. I can feel it dissipating. I can feel like it's almost there, like I can almost just let go and totally trust. But I have to say, I'm not quite there. I feel like I'm close, but I'm not quite there. And I'd like to get there.
Take it slow. Take it slow. A lot of messages has been coming through, strongly through Total Totem. Take it slow. You are in your own pace for a reason.
Yeah.
It's not something to be rushed, It's something to be enjoyed, something to appreciate. Look at what I've got so far as well.
Yeah. Absolutely. So we got what? Four of these. Which one do you want me to start with?
The Phoenix, please. The Phoenix and the Dragon.
Oh yeah, I see it. Yes, that looks pretty awesome.
So I have to say that it was quite challenging choosing pieces for this show. Lots and lots of energy that, again, the mind doesn't quite grasp. So I just went through with my gut feeling and totally trust that all of the energy of these pieces of art are relevant somehow. So let us tune into, first, let us take a deep breath. Anchor the focus into the heart and be aware of where you are. Be aware of our breath. With the energy of the dragon that's flowing down in this picture, how it's relevant in this timing is that there's flow of fluidity, water-like energy that's coming down into this galaxy, into Earth, into our vessel. And it's very much has to do with Sirius constellation, that flow of communication, that flow of spontaneous creation and desire to not swim in straight line, but it's very much of a swirl, a movement here and there, up and down, spiral flow. So within any of you who are in the process of growing new branches, allow spontaneous flow to guide. And this will require most of you, all of you, to completely trust. Meaning, at times you will find yourself feeling like jumping into new water and learning to swim, but you trust that you know intuitively where to turn, where to look, and what to do in relevant timing. Plus, we would like you to breathe in and feel the connection with your feet and your root. Wanna see with the flow of our twin sister galaxy, Andromeda, flowing down through the head and into the heart, opening up that flow of forgiveness, that flow of love and compassion. What it is, whatever it is that we going through in this moment of time that may be stagnant, that may cause friction, breathe. Remind yourselves that you are here to be the one to give yourself love, to forgive yourself, and to nurture yourself. So the energy that's carrying us into different chapters of our spiritual growth is very fluid like water, and we all know that. And within this Syrian's energy, it's asking us to communicate with those you resonate, with your soul tribe, with your friend, your loved one. Communicate and share your insight, share whatever it is that you receive, so that together within the exchange of information, you anchor wider perception, you anchoring deeper view of what you are all going through as humanity. And within the intertwined energy of a phoenix is the energy of rebirth, isn't it? And is transmutation. So with current downloads and opening of love and compassion is going to make room for any parts or bits within ourselves that's hungry, that needs this attention. And it's going to come in the form that may cause a bit of struggle, a bit of challenges, but know that the fire element within us all serves different things. One, illuminate, bring light in the dark. Another characteristic of fire is transmutation, is burning, shifting, transforming. So bear in mind any given moment of time when you revisit the state of a shadow, the state of what is still healing. You are in the process of transformation. You are in the process of transmutation, and do not rush this process. At times, it may feel overwhelmed. What will bring this process in balance is that fluidity and flow of water-like nature. And water is a very giving force, a very feminine force, but yet again, water also has power to destroy. So for those of you who work closely with elements, see how this fire and water come into pair and resonate with your healing modalities. You can also observe the inspiration, the spark within the creativity, that's fire. And then water, the element within your core. And there's a lot of shift within the solar plex and sacral at this moment of time as you are healing the womb, the root center. This locks in with the energy of Orion constellation that is pulling up, uplifting the old paradigm within Earth and within each of your energy field. Continue to remind yourself of your own authority. Continue to remind yourself of peace offering. But at the same time, hold your space, hold your boundaries. When there's intense release, some of you will feel like there's lots of energy and personalities being moved within you as if, well, you are a vessel of energy. This is being lifted and transported above to be transformed into light, to be lifted. And when you, each of you ground in the location where you are, you're grounding your soul resonance frequency into earth. You're grounding that love and compassion and forgiveness into earth in every time that you forgive and love yourself. So there's a lot of exchange and co-creating energy going on. And be in your center. Be in your center within all of this movement. Remind the mind to let go of the past process and be in the now. As well, remind the mind of how powerful it is to be able to focus and take what resonates as a piece of a jigsaw so that you can put into a bigger understanding with other messages, other synchronicity that you receive. And this is all about the process of working as grid workers, pillars of light, anchoring love and transmuting what no longer serves within, and also reaching out to those who you resonate, to breach that knowledge, to breach and share and exchange wisdom. So that is pretty much the message that's coming through in this painting for this moment of time.
Wow. Very good. Very in depth. There's a lot in there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot going on, and I can't articulate it all at once. And it's more of us to listen to any words and its resonance and take it in and feel.
Yeah.
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 Next is Mother Kuan Yin, the lady portrait.
Let's see. Of the shoulders up or the whole body?
The shoulders up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Excuse me. So that Kuan Yin, I
Yin.
painted her a few years ago, and again, Kuan Yin is coming through strongly this year, and many people felt her presence since the beginning of 2019. And it's all about merging the mental, emotional, and physical together through love, compassion, and mercy. And we talked about already, it's not something of a mental affirmation, but it's something to be felt within. Personally, forgiveness felt quite new to me. And I'm not sure if this resonates to anyone, that deep inside human collective consciousness, we haven't really felt true forgiveness for so long. So since last month, I've been focusing a lot on forgiving myself of whatever I co-create, whatever I did, or any perception I still hold on to that doesn't serve, and I'm not quite aligned with that yet. So I feel that with this mother gentle vibration, we can flow deep into layers of fears and look at them without judgment, and just really allow ourselves to truly understand the cause and the roots. And once the cause and the root of these fears understood, individually we will find ways to transform it, to rise above the effect of the cause. So know that when we feel powerless, another pole of that state is a state that filled with power. When we feel the state of fear, the opposite of that is courage. And this is when we make use of principle of pluralities. They're not something that's separate, but they together swing along the spectrum. Love, unity, separation. Fear can be in counter and balance with courage. Lack of worth, lack of abundance can always be encountered with gratitude and appreciation. All of these powers is within you. Be the master of the mind. Reprogram the mind to see the other side of what you are experiencing, the parallel self. Amani asayo. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you. Yeah, that's an incredible painting with that the light language.
Thank you.
In particular on this one. Really jumps out at you. Very good.
Thank you.
Very soothing.
Yeah.
Very soothing. Let's see. So we have the Lyran, and then the looks like a goddess.
Cat, please. The cat first.
Oh, that was. Oh wow.
So this is. His name is Excelsior, and he's my first cat guide ever that I ever contacted, and it came to a surprise because I'm highly allergic to cat. Now I can play with them more, but carry it really affects my sinus and my throat. But other than that, he's the portal that opened doors for me to connect with galactic family and the feline lineage. And this painting is the energy of alignment of head and heart. So as we spoke about the recalibration of body parts, through the experience what many of you call ascension symptoms, go within those symptoms and feel. There are connections with each parts of your body, how they process energy, and into the mind and into the whole experience. And there are connections within the mental, the emotional, and the physical that is coming together in alignment. You are becoming more aware of how your thought works. You are becoming more aware of how emotions work. And you are all becoming aware and aligned deeper with the capacity of your physical body. Now, why feeling in the heart is so important? Because when you allow yourself to feel, you connect the emotional body with the mental body, and then you go past the mental realm into the abstract thought, into the astral realm, into the soul body. And by you allowing yourself to feel the information more than processing it and clinging it on within the understanding of the logic mind, you are able to receive the downloads that is currently beyond the paradigm and dimension that you are at. I know so near. we would like you all to take a deep breath in and feel your heart. You may place your hand on your heart, or you may simply anchor your focus into your heart center. The light of your heart, the light of your soul, expanding into grand sphere of light. And we would like you to visualize, to see, allow your imagination to come into play. See this heart connection in synchronicity with everyone, with all sentient beings in this universe, with everything that created and will be created. Heart intelligence is not just a saying, it's something that you are returning home to. More in the heart space, and the mind will experience the reawakening, the rebirth of how you will rewrite the story of who you are and how you will create. Asiana koyo sono moana iana karto yo korto yo monos uin ki ya tasa. O maniana korto yo sono aina iana sian ma. Oh, you know. This heart intelligence will bring you deeper connection with the plant kingdom, the animal kingdom, the mineral and the elements. The heart intelligence is connected with other beings very much like how trees intertwine their roots together. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow.
It's fun.
It is. That last one was really powerful. And then this one. Yeah. Very cool.
Okay,
very
so
cool.
The last one is the fairy.
A
And yes,
fairy,
goddess energy, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I can see it clear now. I didn't see the wings. Oh, wow. That's beautiful.
Yeah, it was done in a sketch pad. We were up north in Thailand and we were hiking. And I took my sketch pad with me and I told myself I have to draw her because she kept coming in through the hike with the energy of a panther as well. And there's a pair of feline eyes on her wings, if you can see too.
Yes.
So I drew this card from my oracle card deck before we shift into June. And it's relevant because it reminds us of that creative flow. And we in 2019, number 3, frequency. We spoke about the realignment of mental, emotional, and physical body and go beyond the mental into the astral realm. And 3 brings trinity, not swinging between duality, but in the middle point, in the higher point, uniting both.
Yeah.
Now, how we create abundance, how we create the flow of manifestation and our offering our services. There's flow of 3 within. First is the soul resonance frequency within us. This flow is very spontaneous. It's very feminine, is that receptivity, that energy within us that has the ability to ground the higher frequency down into the lower realm. But this will not be balanced or grounded with the masculine structure. And yes, within the old paradigm, the masculine structure has been manipulated, it's been corrupted because of fear-based energy. But we are moving beyond that, and we have the power to reuse and recycle any structure that resonates with us, forming into new creation. And not just man-made structure, but also within the respect of nature structure. The golden spiral, the proportion of nature, how trees, how shells form, how our body is, and that is a deeper realignment with how powerful we are. I personally feel that within this new energy, merging with the ancient, merging with the old, merging what our past ancestors already paved way for us. That's why many people been talking about Lemuria energy, been talking about healing of Atlantis memory, because the structures that's been embedded long within Earth, going to come up for us to reuse, for us to transform it and use it with love, use it with the higher guidance of the higher self. We welcome in the spirit of the fairies, the energy of Milky Way and Andromeda Galaxy, the playfulness, the togetherness, the movement that goes beyond right and wrong. Asiana korotoyo sona hiyo, aniana. So take a deep breath, and within the exhale, just release the tension and relax, allowing all of your parts of the body to relax, let go. Thank you. Are we going too fast?
No, I'm just, I'm loving this, all these different, we had the first show today, we had our guest, and then her friend was in the audience, so I brought her up, and they did an incredible collaborative light language session, and toward the end, you could hear the fairies come in. It was so obvious, and then when you started that, it was the same dialect. I picked up on it. Yeah,
that's so cool. That's so cool.
Yeah. It's such a powerful day. It seems to be such a powerful day. This is the third day of the 6th month, and this is the year's of 3, right? 3, 6, 9, 12. I mean, is there, you said that May was kind of rough. June started out kind of nice, feeling good. Do you see any kind of theme popping up? Is it the what we talked about with the fear and the forgiveness?
The light and dark will become clear. And it's, to me, this is my belief in my path. It's not about fighting in the external, but it's about taking what is being reflected and go within and contemplate on what is still within and why we are still seeing and experiencing this.
Yeah.
It's about being responsible creator. It's about respecting one's boundary and others' boundaries and others' path.
Yeah.
Know that other people may have rougher time or easier time than you. Do not compare. We are all different.
Yes.
And if your loved one is going through a rough time, ask your higher self whether it serves for you to step in or for you to leave them on their path and be with their path so that they can go through what they need to go through.
Yeah.
And my friend's been mentioning a lot about parallel realities. I'm still contemplate on the feeling of it, but I feel that parallel reality will come up clearly as well, and some serve and some doesn't. So we going to still cultivate discernment. And we're going to be finding ourselves coming back more into the 0 point or into the point of neutral state. And to recreate, to rewrite who we are, and also to realize to fully be in the heart of moment to moment and not so much on the head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems to be occurring. Yes. Yeah. It's like staying there for longer periods of time, you know.
Yeah.
Now, a couple of people have asked, and I told them that, which we normally do, cover how to contact you and the different things. But I wanted to ask you, and I told them we do that at this time, but I wanted to ask you, can you just kind of go over again what you do, how you utilize your art? I mean, you've given us a demonstration here, but I mean, in terms of, say, a one-on-one session, you do one-on-one session?
Yes, I do offer one-on-one session, and everything can be booked through my website. You can PM me through Facebook or, And there are 5 options. 2 has to do with custom light code and custom light language art. These 2 is closed at the moment because the booking is quite full. And when it comes to working in visual form, I do need to spread them out. Quality control and respect the rhythm of my body as well. Within the custom session is there's the light codes of activation comes with 30 minutes recording. I will give you a simple code that comes from the connection of the soul level. And then within the recording, we blend in the visual and the sound together to connect the awareness with the energy that's coming for the recipient in this moment of time. This one is a simple code that I usually finish within 2 days. Custom light language art is a lot more complex because I offer a full painting, and that can take me up to 4 or 5 days or a week.
Wow.
And both I offer original to be shipped worldwide as well. And there are the 3 private sessions. One is soul reading. It's when I tune into your energy and we bring forward any messages of guidance on your personal journey. And we do a bit of Akashic records and connection, whatever is relevant for you in this moment of time. Second is working with my Oracle card deck. It's self-published. I didn't go through publisher. You can only find it on my website. It's print on demand, comes with digital guidebook.
Wow.
And I might offer this through Soulogy later as a reading.
Very cool. That would be very cool.
So that's
No, I was going to say, and you obviously work with Kuan Yin. Do you in the Lyrians? I mean, Lyrans, no doubt. Are there other essences that you connect to?
Yeah. This is why I always simply define myself as conduit of all, because the Lyran, the feline lineage, not only limited to the Lyran, but also the primordial, the feline winged beings, and other felines from different star system. I hold dearly to my heart because I feel that that's the dominant energy that I'm here to work with in this lifetime. But there's other energy that comes through, and sometimes I do hold space. I don't welcome them all in until I get used to their vibe first, and they respect that. You know, they're Theta beings sometimes, they're Arcturian sometimes, but I'm very closely work with Lyran, Syrians, Elohim as well. Primordial beings, seraphims come through sometimes too.
Yeah.
And the Bodhisattva archetype would be Mother Tara and Kuan Yin, yes, that I'm familiar with. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. And what's the name of your website?
Soul Connections, Nalinee.
Soul Connections, Nalinee. Okay, and then they can get the oracle cards at the website.
Yes, you can purchase the oracle card at the website.
Yeah, and I think to the other questions there, I think essentially go to the website, or as I understand it, could message you as well. On instant messaging. Very cool, man. I'm looking forward to doing this again and getting the oracle cards out now that you put it on the table.
Thank you. I finished it since last year, and I'm putting together artwork for the next one, but that will be a few years' time.
Yeah, that'd be a really cool session to see, or see part of it anyway, and how you work with it. Yeah, very good. Well, thank you so much. It's good connecting and collaborating, co-creating with you again. Your stuff is powerful and unique, and I'm sure you're going to get. It's Soul Connections Nalinee. .com.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So John Hannah, you got it. You just got to add in her name, her first name, to the end of that. Yeah, and you'll be good. Yeah. So thank you so much for honoring us with your presence and sharing space with us. I look forward to the next time.
Lots of love.
Lots of love to you and everybody else. We'll see you. See you tomorrow. Thank you.